just looking back at Saturday night's loss, it was good to kind of get back out there, man. We played one game in 26 days, and I think these kids were pretty excited to play. They were, man. I love the energy and warm-ups. Just love the kind of the mentality that they had. We go out there in the first half. They end up a little rusty in that first quarter. Had to kind of fight off some things, kind of put the defense in a tough spot, but ended up fighting back. We go down 17-0, end up scoring twice in that second quarter, make it 17-14. Kids had a good look in their eyes, pretty fired up at halftime, pretty motivated to get back out there and play. And I guess you can kind of say it's like Murphy's Law from there on out. We end up getting a stop on defense, and then we get a punt blocked, and then we throw 2 interceptions and also have a punt return inside the 20 in that third quarter, and it just kind of fell apart from there. But, I think that the thing that we've been talking about right now is we love the energy that they play with and the effort. It's just the finish. And, on some phases, I think defense, we're doing a really good job. Offensively, we're struggling at an extremely high level. But you just got to keep pressing the issue with these kids on playing with great effort and energy and quit beating ourselves. And you can't turn the ball over 3 times, have a block punt, have a couple of great returns for them, and just put your defense in a bad spot. The defense is playing at a high level. I think they held them to the least amount of yards they've ever had in the conference. And, and they was on 81 plays, and they were out there for 37 minutes, almost 38 minutes. And we can't do that. You had 7 3-and-outs and 2 interceptions. We had 9 drives under 3 plays, which that's just kind of unacceptable. And we got to find a way to put these kids in better positions offensively. All year it's been defense playing well. Special teams have been playing at a high level. They ended up having a bad game this past week, and then offense is still just kind of getting in their own way. But you got to figure out how to play complementary football and learn about momentum swings. But we got to keep the culture right. The kids are fighting, and we just got to keep working and keep putting them in the right spots. Good questions.
Thank you, Coach. Our first question comes from Whitney Hayworth. Whitney, please go ahead.
Good morning, Coach. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing well. So you basically answered all my questions about your past game, so we'll go ahead and look forward to this weekend. Obviously, you've got Louisiana on the schedule, so thinking about some of those things that you all want to improve on, you've got the effort, you've got the energy, but, how do you kind of, get those last few steps and finish those plays against the Raging Cajun team that you're going to face?
Yeah, this is a really tough challenge for us. I think, Lafayette's playing at a really high level. They're a very talented team. You can tell that he's done a great job recruiting, and he's got a lot of talented players, and the schemes fit, and they turn it into a physical game. It's something that I think when you look at where we're at, like defensively, I think our kids are going to play with great effort, and they do finish. When you get to the offense, our kids are great to the point of attack, and they just are having trouble executing right now. And that's why I just addressed it with the offense staff, that they got to find creative ways to get the defense off the field. That's what we have to end up doing. And it's you look at how explosive a team they are, especially with the running game, and how they eat up clock, and we got to take advantage of our opportunities. So, again, as a coach, I am pleased with the effort that they play with. They play hard, and there's not any finger pointing going on, which is good. It's just we've got to do a better job as coaches on getting them and things that they're capable of handling.
As you mentioned, obviously Louisiana's run game has the three-headed monster and Mitchell, Calais, and Regis. How do you prepare for not only 1 or 2 running backs, but 3 that can be in there at any given play at any given time?
Yeah, they're pretty fun to watch. I love the gap schemes that they do, the kind of 1-2 punch, and you also have the other one come in as well. That's a consistent player. That's going to be a challenge. There are a lot of 12 personnel. They get a lot heavier sets, so we got to bring in different body types to match it. And that's got to be the emphasis to stop the run. And then they're probably one of the more efficient teams in the entire country on how they run the football. I think they're, top 10 probably in every category when it comes to that. So it's going to be a challenge. It's going to be about making sure that we're in our gaps, and we'll make sure that we're playing with an edge, because they will expose you because they're talented backs. But, they do such a good job at hatting you up front, which is going to be a great challenge for our defense.
And lastly, for me, obviously, as you've mentioned, your offense has improvements that they need to make, but, when you grade the quarterback play of Tyler Vitt from this past weekend, kind of how do you evaluate him?
Yeah, he hadn't played much. When you get Gresh that goes down and you put Tyler Vitt out there, and really his second start and his first time really playing since the Texas A&M game and a little bit of in the ULM game. I thought he handled it well. It's still a lot going on where we need all 11 on the same page. And if you look at like where we're at offensively and you flip through every single play, it's not just there's always one guy that's not doing their job correctly. So they're close. They just got to figure out we all got to get on the same page. If it's Tyler not doing his job on one play, but the next play he's doing his job and our left tackle has a breakdown or the receiver ends up slipping or running the wrong route. So it's just kind of a mix of everybody. And I think Tyler's handling it well. We got to do a better job, like I've said, on finding things that he's capable of doing and utilize his legs and his running ability and kind of just do things that is going to play into his strengths.